Huh. That was weird. Probably some glitch in our service. Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the possibility of a Miraculous and Ghost Force crossover special. Now, the first thing to keep in mind is that more than likely this is going to be a little ways away. Probably after Season 4, maybe going along with the special football special. Mostly because of the fact that both of those really haven't gotten as much information based off of what they are in comparison to both the Shanghai and the New York specials. Even the normal episodes have gotten a lot more attention than those two. So, just some things to keep in mind. So, the first thing to note is that this Halloween special would more than likely be the moment where two things happen. One, we are going to be seeing Ghost Force. And two, we are going to be seeing the Dark Miraculouses. More than likely, that will be when they become far more prominent. Likely helping to build up to the actual battle in Season 5, which, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if all of Season 5 is devoted to taking down the evil Miraculouses and taking down Hawkmoth once and for all. Just a very strong feeling on my part, especially because of the fact that there's obviously going to be some pretty intense emotions in the upcoming chapters, or the upcoming episodes. So, just some things to keep in mind. But there is something that I do want to bring up really quickly before I go too much in depth with it. And that is the ridiculous treatment of Jeremy Zag for posting Ghost Force stuff. Now, probably most of you didn't even know about this, but over on Instagram, Jeremy Zag has been posting a lot of stuff about Ghost Force, which I, for one, am really excited about, and I honestly think that a lot of you guys are as well. And I don't think that any of you guys would be participating in this honestly terrible treatment of him, but a lot of people have been doing really jerky things, basically saying things like they should be focusing only on Miraculous, they should just trash all of their other ideas and stuff like that. And honestly, that is the worst thing that you can tell someone. I mean, honestly, if someone were to tell me all your ideas suck, you should only be focusing on your YouTube channel, or you should only be writing Pelora, because Pelora is actually one of my best books, I think. But that stuff can happen, and I'm honestly really shocked that the Miraculous fandom, which has been one of the most inclusive fandoms there is now sending hate to Jeremy Zag because he's posting stuff about Ghost Force, which he is really proud of all the work that he and his company have been working on to make this series. A series which, spoiler alert, it's in the same f***ing universe as Miraculous. I'm sorry about my language, I did censor it, but still. It's honestly the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And honestly, it's stupid. Ghost Force looks to be an amazing show, and people just can't they just want their one show, and they don't want to have any other favorites, apparently. I honestly don't understand what some of these people are thinking. If you're one of those people, get help and learn that you can have multiple favorites, idiots. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. But let's actually talk about what the Halloween special could actually be doing. First off, like I said, it's going to be having Ghost Force. And I honestly think that that is going to be a big team up between Ghost Force and the Miraculous team, working together to try and stop Hawkmoth from getting the Dark Miraculouses. All of that is honestly insanity to think about. That these Dark Miraculouses could actually be right around the corner. These Miraculouses that are based off the darkest possible thoughts. Like, I'm not saying Death, because Death is not going to be in that box. That's actually going to... I've actually mentioned before, but that's going to be in the South American box. It's complicated, but yeah, that's going to be in either the South American or Central American, one of those boxes, not the Dark Miraculous box. But yeah, those Miraculouses are probably things like plague, disease. I honestly can't think of other ones right off the top of my head, but it's the Transylvanian box, having tons of monsters, maybe mummies, and I actually wouldn't be surprised if there was actually mummies in there, but mummies, werewolves, vampires, Frankenstein's monster, for crying out loud. All of these things that are honestly terrifying creatures to think about are going to be within this box. And Ghost Force probably got a ping on it because of the fact that they're dealing with ghosts all the time. So they happened to hear about the fact that it's a Miraculous box. And since they don't know much about it, they contacted Doorman. Yes, I'm pretty sure that Doorman is going to be very important to Ghost Force, at least somewhat. And because they are in New York. I don't know the exact details on where they are in New York, but it has actually said that they show stuff that really shows that they are actually in New York. So, yeah, they are in New York. But I do think that they are going to be dealing with other heroes. But Doorman or someone else is going to have to go and contact the Miraculous crew because, oh, yeah, there's this thing happening. And honestly, I do think that this is going to be not necessarily a Miraculous special, but rather being a Ghost Force special that would appear on that, but it's also technically Miraculous's Halloween special because Dark Miraculouses. And they eventually have to face Hawkmoth. And honestly, I would actually be really excited if one of the Ghost Force crew actually get akumatized in that moment. And that just sounds like it would be so powerful. And then Ladybug, Cat Noir, and the other two Ghost Force members have to work together to save that friend. And honestly, I think that so many people would be so ecstatic to see how that whole thing is going to play out. And I really do think that it's going to be one of the biggest parts of this show. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out, but that's mostly because of the fact that there hasn't really been that much information about it yet. Literally, the only things that we've seen so far is a brief image of them, of Ghost Force facing off against a snake with Ladybug and Cat Noir nearby, and that's it. I think that was what it was. There might have been a different thing, but the point is that it's not much. So we do have to wait and see exactly what they're going to do. But I, for one, am really excited to see what Zag will have in store for us. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this whole theory down in the comments below. And of course, if you have any theories, make sure to leave them down in the comments below so we can talk about them in a future video. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell. And if you want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of our links down there, including all of our social medias and ways that you can support us financially, including our Patreon, which a big thank you to our current patron, Sheeny. But anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!